Both dynasties maintained values of Confucianism in their societies. Both Ming and Qing dynasties faced a major shift and change towards more effective leaders, which helped their political issues and religious beliefs and the government system. Leaders such as Emperor Kangxi was the one that demonstrated that change can be possible and that it is the best way to move forward with our society.
Economics of the Ming and Qing dynasties. The Ming saw the rise of commercial plantations who produced crops suitable to their regions. Tea, fruits, paint, and other goods were produced on a massive scale by these agricultural plantations. Regional patterns of production established during this period continued into the Qing dynasty. Religion of the Ming and Qing dynasties. The Ming dynasty had several religious inclinations, but the dominant religious belief during the time were Taoism, also Taoism, and Buddhism. Some people believed in having a harmonious relationship with nature. During this era, scriptures and various practices were done to establish harmony with nature. In addition to the Ming Qing dynasty religion of Confucianism, two other faiths were permitted official recognition. These were Buddhism and Taoism, sometimes known as Taoism. When it became politically expedient for the Chinese to form a pact with the Mongols, Tibetan Lamaism, also the religion of the Mongol rulers, grew in importance. Queen sovereignty of Tibet was also nominal than actual, but was accepted by the Mountain Kingdom's leader as a potential way to bring Lao-Maist monasteries to Beijing itself. The Tibetans also pushed to be granted ambassadorial status in Beijing.
The Ming dynasty, having been a consequence of rebellion against perceived foreign leaders, was mainly seen as a Chinese dynasty. The Qing dynasty, on the other hand, was seen as an outside dynasty. During the Qing dynasty, the highest positions were held by the Manchu, while the lower positions were held by the Chinese.
It began with peasant uprising due to the Mongols taking control of China, led by Zhu Yuanzhang, considered a peasant, later to be Emperor Hongwu during 1368 through 1398. It also managed to stabilize the region for nearly 300 years and expanded the size of China, conquering lands in Mongolia and Central Asia. Big displays of recreation were done under this emperor. Under the Ming dynasty, the Great Wall of China was restored and expanded to keep out invaders from the north. In 1616, Manchurian forces from northeastern Asia defeated the Ming army and occupied several cities on China's northern border. Often called the last of the great Chinese dynasties, the powerful Manchu from neighboring Manchuria seized power and established the Qing dynasty. On April 24, 1644, Beijing fell into a rebel army led by Li Shicheng, a former minor Ming official who became the leader of the peasant revolt and then proclaimed the Shun dynasty. The last Ming emperor, the Chongzhen emperor, hanged himself on a tree in the imperial garden outside the Forbidden City.
Yuan Shikai as their president. From 1654 to 1722, Emperor Kangxi ruled for 61 years. He was the longest person to be a Chinese emperor. He oversaw several cultural leaps, which includes the creation of a dictionary, which is the best standardization of the Han language. He reduced taxes and stifled corruption and government excess, also enacting policies that were favorable to farmers and stopped land seizures. He disabled the military threats which stopped 3 Han rebellions as well as seizing Taiwan. He stopped invasion attempts, and he brokered the Treaty of Nierkinsk in 1689. Potatoes and corn native to Americans were introduced to Kangxi's reign. Emperor Qianlong, reigning from 1735 to 1795, was characterized by his own disinterest in ruling. He was preoccupied with artistic pursuits. He had 42,000 poems written by hand. He was obsessed with preserving Manchu culture, and he enacted dictionary and genealogy projects. He believed sorcerers were targeting Manchurians. 1911, China Republic. The Qing Dynasty was overthrown by a revolution that started in 1894 during 1911. In 1905, Sun united various revolutionary factions all into one party, which led to the writing of the Three Principles of the People. Nationalist Party of China held an uprising, Wuchang. 15 provinces declared their independence from the empire. Weeks after they declared their independence, Qing courts allowed the creation of a republic with their top general. 1912. Former Ming clan members Zhu Da and Shi Tao became painters. Social mores became more conservative, which caused worsened penalties for homosexuals. Books were banned, theaters shut down. Conservative shift reflected on the arts. Zhu Da embraced silence as he wandered across China, and his depictions of nature and landscapes are imbued with manic energy. Shi Tao is considered an artistic rule-breaker, with impressionist-style brushstrokes and presentations that predated surrealism.